This webinar is brought to you by the United Impact Global Foundation, and it's a pleasure to have you all on board.
Okay, so please, while we wait, I want to say a very big thank you to Kenneth for the mouthpiece for this opportunity, and then thank you also for joining. I hope that by the end of the presentation, you all would at least go with something, and then you will be empowered for your second semester. Usually they call it a comeback semester from the 400. Yeah. And then I'm just wishing that I'm going to have a very interactive section. Yeah, I don't want to be the only one speaking. I want to know your ideas. I want to know what you have heard. I want to know what you are thinking, so that I can present something that is geared towards your knowledge at this point. Yes, I think the time is up. So once again, my name is Godfred Fynn Acquah. I usually don't enjoy being called Asare. I really like the Acquah. Yes, Flyer has actually sold me out as the Vice President of the School of Biological Science Students Association. Yes, so I'm going to speak with a flyer. I'm just reading what's on the flyer. So the flyer says that I'm going to guide students through the elective they are currently undertaking, explaining what each elective represents and the academic direction it leads to. It will also highlight why these choices matter, emphasizing that each elective is treated as a core subject in the second year, and the importance of making informed decisions aligned with students' academic goals and future course progression. Well, this is not too tough to do, because I really know you guys already have previous information from course advisors or senior students, right? But first and foremost, what do you know about your second semester elective courses? Did you not want to talk? But let me apologize that I'm unable to present, because I'm at a place where I cannot present. Yes, I just came back from the school. I went to write an exam, so I couldn't make it to the house to get my PowerPoint. But I'm really, really sorry. But I just hope that you'll be able to go through it quick. So guys, please, what have we heard about our course selection, elective course selection second semester? Hello. Because if you don't talk, I may not know whether or not I'm being heard or not. Hello, Isaac. Please, you can't talk.
Okay, so please, I heard that for the second semester courses, we have to choose easy courses that we can get A easily, so that when we are selecting our choices for level 200, we'll be able to get better programs or better courses. So that's what I know, or that's what I have heard. Thank you.
Welcome. Easy elective, okay, and then so that you can get better programs. I hope Mr. President touches on the programs well, so that I actually believe that no program is better than the other. It's just that the way the programs have been marketed or branded, that's why we've seen that this program by chemistry is a top-notch program, and then nutrition is a top-notch program, and usually students undermine marine and pebble thinking, and biology thinking that they are not good programs, or if you get that programs, you're a bad or dumb student. It usually isn't so. All programs are equally good, and completely undermine and programs that this opens up more opportunities for you. Usually, that's what you'll be told, that select electives that are easy, an elective that wouldn't stress you, an elective that wouldn't add up to your core stress, because, chemistry and physics are really doing a whole lot to you, and then you are thinking of adding biochemistry as an elective, you are thinking of adding nutrition as an elective, course content. It looks too voluminous to handle. But is it really true? Are all the courses and easy A, or they actually an easy course? And if it is, what makes the course an easy A? So that's so the actual purpose of electives is that no elective is easy. Yes, the cliche. You can't get an A. But I'm trying to say that no elective, going with the cliche, no elective is easy as to say it's easy to get an A in any elective. No, it demands equal attention. Because all electives are 3 credit courses. They all demand equal attention. They all demand equal work. They all demand that level of time to sit. They all have the same time, lecture time. So it is not really as easy as you think. Yeah. Yes, it's you can get an E, but that doesn't mean it's an easy course. Yeah. Because I have to hit on this point, because usually when you tell someone that this course is an easy course, they go with a mindset that because it is easy, I don't need to put in a lot of effort, I'll just get an E, and they end up being disappointed. Classical example is last 3 years when I was in level 100, most of the marine students had an A. Almost 90% of the marine students had an A. Those who picked the marine as elective had an A. But after my batch, the next set of people, that's those currently in level 300, because a lot of people had an A in marine, I don't know what they heard about marine, but they ended up being disappointed because not a lot of people had A. And most of the people I asked told me they had C, right? And they looked like the average results for them was a CC plus B, CC plus B, CC plus B. So they were disappointed. They didn't meet their expectation, right? I strongly believe that because maybe someone in my batch, they have told them that, oh, it was easy, we didn't put in extra, the lecturer didn't do too much with us, so we got an A very easily, right? But their time, it changed. The scope actually changed, right? So let's get to the electives. So each department has an elective to offer. Each department has an elective to offer, except for the department you are picking major courses from, like chemistry. You don't have an elective to pick from chemistry. You don't have an elective to pick from physics. You don't have an elective to pick from ABCS. You don't have an elective to pick from Pebble, because you are picking their courses as major courses, right? So the other departments in the School of Biological Sciences, like you may pick an elective from nutrition, you may pick an elective from biochemistry, you may pick an elective from marine and fisheries, you may pick an elective from psychology, right? These are the 4. You may also pick an elective from computer science. You may also pick an elective from the computer science. Yes, so it is School of Biological Sciences and Mathematical Sciences. So you may pick an elective from any of these departments, right? So what is the elective, the nutrition elective about? It is just telling you about nutrition, right? So the nutrition elective is more, I did the nutrition, I took that course, so it is more of your essential diet, your nutrients in food, how effect of the nutrients in your body and everything, how to preserve food and food spoilage. So it is basic nutrition ideas, right? And then you are going to, for those who are going to take it, your lectures may be in 2 sessions. You may have Dr. Fred before picking one course, half of you, and then another female lecturer picking other half of you. So in my batch, Dr. Fred before we had a separate IE from we had a separate IE. Dr. Fred before did this IE with the group, and then the other female lecturer did this IE. We did an IE with the other group. So we know that we all had the same IE. No, we had different IE, and we all had a whole different, like, we had different quiz times and everything. So what was going on in both classes were really different. Just that we all had the same exam to write, and then we all had the same slides to read at the end of the day. But sometimes we had impromptu quizzes and other stuff. But if you're in Fred's first class, I would advise that you don't miss any lecture, because no one's going to sign attendance for you. Even if someone signs for you, attendance is based on the quiz he gives in class. So every day you go to class, you have a quiz. It's not any big deal. It's just one question. It's just a question, and then you are good to go. The answer usually is a sentence. It's not anything to worry yourself about. For Marine, they had a hybrid class. Marine had a very hybrid class. They did some online, they did some in person, yes, and then they had their quiz. And then they had a quiz, and then they had an exam. Right? That is. So if you are someone that you think that you have a tight schedule, probably you are handling business on campus, or you do a lot of volunteer work, you don't really have time for you don't really have a lot of time on campus. Maybe Marine is recommended to you because of their hybrid mode of lecture. Yeah. So you can attend to business, can do other stuff, and still get a chance to catch up with the class. Yeah. And then with the psychology, usually a lot of people think that because you really want to read biochemistry, you really want to read nutrition, you really want to read marine, so you can't pick a psychology elective. No, you can actually pick a psychology elective. Yeah. The psychology elective I heard was easy going because their exams was more of objectives. Yeah. They didn't really struggle. If you really learn the slides, it will be easy for you to handle. Yeah, that was for psychology. And then the DCIT, the IT course, the IT elective, yeah, my friends, or the little idea I have on it was that you should have at least, you should be a computer literate before you attempt that course. If you're not a computer literate, you may struggle in that course. Yeah. In as much as it's an introductory course, it still demands a level of ICT literacy before you can handle such a course. And so if you know you don't have a personal computer, you don't have a laptop, or your phones cannot do certain things, I just suggest that you don't attempt it, because you need to use your pen assignment to be given. You need to use your PC, or if your phone can't do it, you may need to rely on your phone for such assignments. And then he gives a lot of assignments. He gives weekly assignments. Yes, and then that is not. If you are really willing to learn, it's going to be easy for you. Yeah, if you are really willing to learn, it's going to be easy for you. Biochemistry too has an elective students can pick, right? It's an introductory course to biochemistry. One advantage is that you have the chance of meeting a lot of the biochemistry lecturers. Yeah, that one too is online. So if you know that you have a business doing those kind of, you don't have a lot of time, you can leverage on their online lectures, and then you can leverage on their online lectures so that you can have time for yourself. Yes, so that one, you are going to meet a lot of lectures. So maybe when you are doing microbiology, they are introducing to the whole biochemistry course. They are going to do a bit of microbiology, biotechnology, molecular biology, cell biology. So they're going to introduce you to the courses. So the lecturers in charge of those fields of the biochemistry are going to teach you themselves. So you get a chance to meet them. And I advise that in the course of teaching, right, if you have an interest in such, don't wait to even get to biochemistry, to even get the biochemistry. Just start building a connection with them, start building network with them. Just network all the lecturers as possible as it can be. Network with the lecturers. The lecturers are not monsters. They are there for you. Yes, you may need them now, but you may need their assistance when you get to 400, level 300. Yes, you may need their recommendation letter, you may need their signature. I remember I couldn't apply for a program because I needed the lecturer to append his or his signature on my letter, right? And then because I had very bad relationship with the lecturers, it really took time for me to get the signature. It was the deadline, right? So I couldn't even submit the letter. So as possible as you can, try and connect with all the lecturers and just try let them know you. Okay, just let them know you, because it's their integrity they are putting at stake anytime they are penning their signature or they are recommending it. So I personally I won't do that for anyone. If I don't know it, I can't put my integrity on the line for you. Yes, that is how it is. Yeah. So back to the elective issues. Yeah. So biochemistry will take you through diverse. We take you to that. We introduce you to the course, and during the introduction, you may be given assignments. Yes, usually the assignment, you're going to submit the assignment in person, not online, unless they change the thing this year. Is that is the electives. So that's the scope of the elective you have to choose. So you get a chance to choose from nutrition, biochemistry, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to the network. But please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Means you guys are actively. Yeah, all right. So once again, you can choose an elective from nutrition, you can choose an elective from marine, you can choose an elective from biochemistry, you can choose an elective from psychology department, you can choose an elective from IT department. Guys, please take note of this. This is a question of people. But so guys, please pay attention to this. History elective does not guarantee you're getting biochemistry. No. Choosing a nutrition elective going to get nutrition level 200. No. Choosing a marine elective does not mean that you will not get biochemistry. The elective you choose has no direct influence on the program you are going to do in level 200. No, never would it be. You get it? Psychology. Psychology as their elective in level 102nd semester, except for students who want to read psychology, or except for students who are reading psychology. But most of you are biological science students, means that psychology is out of the scope. But if you are a biochemistry, if you are a level 100 biological science student, you can choose psychology as an elective. You get it? Guys, once again, before you pick the elective, I would advise that if you have a study group, because you may not want to move away from the study. These are personal advice, not like something that is there. It's just a personal advice to help you. Sometimes, because you have a study group or you're already in a study group, you may have to consider what your group has to consider, or have to come to an agreement that, oh, we all want to pick this course, so that it may direct us as to the times we can meet. If all of you have different electives, your study group has different electives, it may affect your study meetings, because the time Kofi has psychology, Amma has a free time, the time Yao has biochemistry, Kojo has nutrition or marine, it may distort the unity, and it may force you to reschedule a lot of things, and then at the end of it all, you wouldn't get the time to meet another thing, which may distract your group study, right? So for you to continue with your group study, I guess I'm only suggesting and encouraging that all of you should come together and then agree on one elective, so that you can at least discuss it together and everything. Yes, so this is all about the electives. Once again, I want to reiterate that your elective you choose does not influence your program you are going to get in level 200. No, go for the one you are comfortable with. Okay, please. And they will say that biochemistry elective is difficult. No, biochemistry elective, that was one of my regrets I had in level 100, because almost all those students who chose biochemistry had an E, right? And then my budget was nutrition, especially those in first class. We didn't do too well, but during my time they said that, oh, nutrition is an easy E course, you just go for your A. But my batch, it wasn't an easy E course. You get it? Yeah, it was. You actually had to sit down, and even some of my friends who sat down to them did not even get the E. You get it? I'm not trying to say that nutrition is difficult. No, if you really sit down and understand the course and attend all lectures, yes, make sure you don't miss a class, to be good to go. One thing I left out was that in the nutrition, for the nutrition elective, your IE is a lot. The questions are a lot for an hour, right? So if you don't prepare adequately for the IE, you may fail. Yes, especially those in first class. Yes, you don't get a chance to choose between Fed 4 or the woman. Sometimes it's just given to you straight away, unless maybe you find a way out of it, change the class. If you're in Fed first class, your IE is a lot, the questions are a lot. Okay, so you have to make sure that you prep yourself very well before you go and sit behind the paper. It is very easy to answer when you actually learn. You say I keep on saying that when you actually learn. I don't believe in the course is too easy, so I have to relax. No, it's a 3 credit hour course. 3 credit hour course. It has a tendency to push to your GPA, or it has a tendency to actually drop your GPA. It's an elective, and if you get below a B+ for an elective, it is better you didn't take the elective. Honestly, if you get a C for your elective, you have actually dropped your GPA, because a 3 credit hour course. And if you get a D in your elective, you have just messed up your GPA. You get it? And then I think my colleague is going to talk about it. Your programs are being given based on your GPA, mostly primarily based on your GPA. For biochemistry, I know they make considerations like your chemistry. They consider your chemistry results and everything. So you may have a good GPA, but if your chemistry is poor, chances are that you may not get or something. Yeah. But trust me, guys, the electives, all the electives are easy. But if you ask me to recommend my top 3 electives, I'm going to recommend psychology. I'm going to recommend biochemistry, and I'm going to recommend this is tough, choosing between nutrition and marine. Yes, but then if you don't choose your elective early, when you go, the class may be full, and you may be forced to choose a different elective. So you have to settle on an elective to do right now, and then make sure you choose as early as possible. Usually, marine gets full first, nutrition follows up. Psychology also full up. You may be left with the DCIT and biochemistry. Biochemistry, they can accommodate a lot of you. Yes. You may be forced to choose it. So if you are not fast in your choosing, the class may be full and the lecturers cannot do anything about it. Yes, please. I've done a whole lot of talking. Please, is there anything I may need to clarify? Is there any question you may ask? Hello. Please, can I be heard?
Yes, sir, you can be heard.
So my brothers and sisters, is there any question you want to ask? So if there are no questions, I may hand over to Kenneth. Kenneth, one more time, I would like to say a very big thank you for organizing this program to help our level hundreds, because sometimes they usually get confused as to their choices they are going to make. But this Insight and Ignite 3.0, I believe, will shape their minds and will prep them so that they can make the right decision based on their energy or based on their passion or based on their interest. I mean, interest should be the right word. Based on their interest, they can make the right decision. Thank you, Kenneth. And then I hope that everyone who was on this call actually benefited from my session. Anyways, I can leave my contact here if you have any question. Or can I check? Let me check the messages. If you are shy to unmute, you can drop your question in the chat box.
Yes, I think Schrödinger has his hand up. We have one hand up.
Okay, please, you can.
Yeah, okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. Yeah. So mine is not a question, but I want to ask that if right now I'm your junior brother, which of these electives will you recommend for me to boost my GPA? That's the only question I want to ask. Just one elective, just one.
If you're my junior brother, I probably may know your strengths and weaknesses. If your chemistry is bad, I really don't want to say if your chemistry is bad, don't attempt biochemistry, because it is more of reading. Most of the electives are reading courses. So if you are really willing with it, we are very kind of thing. I'm sorry, guys. If you are ready to read, I recommend all the electives to you except DCIT, which is not reading. And then your reading, you should understand what you love to read. Do you really love things about food, or food interests you? If food is your interest, go for nutrition. But if you love aquatic animal, marine animals, you want to know more about the aquatic life, go for marine. Right? If you are interested in psychology, introduction to psychology, psychology really intrigues you. Anytime you're talking about psych, anytime they're talking about the human brain, you get so interested. You really want to know what it's about, or you're curious to know what psychology is about, going for psychology. if you're my junior brother, I would have known your strengths and weaknesses, and I'll use that to give you an advice, right? A brotherhood advice. But since I don't know your strengths and weaknesses, I'm very afraid to do that to you, right? To recommend a specific elective to you. But I said that my experience and what I've heard so far, if I'm to recommend my top electives, I'm going to recommend psychology, I'm going to recommend marine, and I'm going to recommend biochemistry. These three are my top. So yes. That doesn't mean if you have in nutrition, you should go in for it. Just kindly go for it. Yes. So I've put my number in the chat box. Right. So you can reach out.
I think we have another hand up. That is Miss Christine Table. She also has her hand up, wanting to ask a question.
Can I know about the combined electives and the major and minor?
Oh, okay. So I think we've lost Sir Godfred. But Christine is asking whether she can know the major and minor electives. Christine, am I right? Is that the question?
Yes.
Great. So I'm trying to get Sir Godfred back. And once he's back on the call, we'll be able to attend to your question. But in the meantime, you can also do all to put your question in the chat box if you are.
Okay.
Yes, Sir Godfred is back. So, Sir Godfred, please, Miss Christine had a question for you. So, let me take the question again. Christine, please take the question again.
Thank you. So, I wanted to know about the combined electives, the major and minor.
Okay. So that one is in the next presentation. Yes, and I hope that my colleague will touch on it. Yeah. So I don't want to go ahead of my colleague. So Christy, kindly stay on the call and they are going to touch on it for you. Thank you. Please, any other question? So, guys, you have my number in the chat box. You can reach out to me. But guys, it's not after 9 p.m. You can reach out to me, but not after 9 p.m. Especially those who would want to call me, please, not after 9 p.m. But once again, thank you, Kenneth, for the opportunity. Okay, I'm really grateful for this. All right. Thank you all for listening to me. Thank you, guys. So Kenneth, please, I may hand over to you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Godfred Fynn, Acquah, the Vice President of the School of Biological Science Students Association. I must say we are more grateful to you, sir, for making time to contribute to today's program. He had a series of exams to write today, but he was able to make time to prepare and to deliver such quality insights to you, the audience. So we must say thank you so much, sir, for your insights, mentorship, and your enduring contribution to the academic growth of the students. Thank you for leaving us inspired and ignited. Thank you. So moving on to the next segment of tonight's meeting, we are honored to have a representative of the president. I would have said it's quite unfortunate we couldn't get the president in the last minute because of some few inconveniences, but I would rather say it's fortunate to have a representative of the president, and he is an individual who is not only bringing the greetings of the president, but the vision, insight, and commitment of the president of the School of Biological Science Students Association. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Sir Carlos, who will join us on behalf of the president of the association. Sir Carlos will be speaking on the theme second year biological science courses, the course placement and the grading system. Through this presentation, he will provide valuable insight into the various second year biological science courses, their content and academic expectations, the principles underlining the course placement, and the role of the first year academic performance in determining eligibility and progression. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of virtual applause, yes, a virtual applause, please welcome Sir Carlos. Sir Carlos, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Kenneth, for tonight. And a very good evening to everyone. I hope I can be heard.
Yes, please, you can.
Awesome. On behalf of the president of the School of Biological Sciences, I would like to say thank you to you, Sir Kenneth, for organizing this, and also to Mr. Vice as well. Godfred, it's good to have you here. And to you, our audience as well. I mean, this event wouldn't come on if you guys aren't here. So appreciation also to you. My name is Carlos Asare. As Kenneth said, I am the president of the University of Ghana Wildlife Club and the head of the academic committee for the Department of Animal Biology and Conservation Science. I'm a final year student reading animal biology and biochemistry, so there's a little profile about who I am. Yes, so in that capacity, I would like to discuss what is expected of us to do tonight. I want to say congratulations on making it through your first semester in the School of Biological Sciences. And yes, in a few weeks to come, your decisions are going to be important because you'll be selecting some programs, and this is going to shape your academic journey and potentially your career path. So the things we'll be discussing today, we'll take them in 4 sessions. So the first will be the second year programs, how course placement works, how GPA affects your placements, and how you can strategically position yourself for success. I want to say a big thank you. Yes, I forgot to mention to Mr. Vice Godfred, thank you, because when he was speaking about the electives, it gave me that nostalgia. Looking back in level 100, some of us, I also took the nutrition course he did. And believe me, everything he said is actually true. Quite a number of us were like, oh, because we're told nutrition is easy until we finished, like the semester ended, and the performance wasn't as we expected. So having this kind of info before you make your selections is very key and very imperative in your journey. So let's go right into it. What I'm here to do, to discuss. So our programs. I want to start by asking, how many of you here already know the program you want to enter into? Anyone? Have any idea of the program you want to enter into? Or you can give me a hi, raise your hand or something. Or you can just put it in the chat room. Anyone? Okay. I'm not getting any response. Nonetheless, if you're not so sure, it's not bad. That's why we are here to look into that. Because some of us also, we didn't know what to do until we were finally there, because the bridge, and we are where we are now. Somebody, gave us insights. So I'll run you through a list of possible selections you can make. It's a very tall list, and I would appreciate if our organizers can share with you the SBS handbook so that you can better appreciate the respective courses and then the courses that run into each and every one of them. You'd better appreciate it by then. So probably, Kenneth, I'll send you the handbook as well. Yeah. So let me just mention a few and then we'll discuss them. Right. So we have animal biology, single major. So I'm talking about courses programs you can select, like for the rest of your 3 years ahead of you. So you have animal biology, single major. That's ABCS. It's animal biology and conservation science, ABCS single major. We have animal biology with a minor in biochemistry or other disciplines. There is animal biology and chemistry. I'm not so certain about this one. I heard they have been cancelled. I'm not so sure. Yeah, that's ABCS and chemistry. It's a combined major course. We have biology. We have biochemistry single major. We have biochemistry combined major with chemistry, pebble, nutrition, food science, marine, and fishery sciences. You can also take fisheries as a single major courses, and together with minors in other disciplines. There is marine as a single major course. You can also take that together with minors in other disciplines. You can take food science as a single major, nutrition as a single major, or you can take the two and biochemistry or chemistry as a combined major. There is nutrition and food science combined major as well. You can do pebble single major, that's plant and environmental biology, and you can also do pebble and biochemistry or chemistry as a combined major. So yeah, this is basically the list of possible selections or courses you can take, right? I had just to answer the question Christine asked earlier. So Christine's question was asking about which electives are major and which are minor. So to answer that, electives are free, right? So there's no such thing as a major elective or a minor elective. Your major and minor comes in as a result of the programs you are reading. So when we talk about major, when we talk about when you're reading a course as a major, like for instance animal biology single major, then what you are doing is that all your courses you'll be taking, or let me say about 80% of them will be coming from the ABCS department. So that's where you'll be taking your main courses. You'll be doing practicals and everything from there. But if you are doing a combined major course, like for instance, you are reading, let me take one from the list. So you are reading biochemistry and pebble, combined major. So for that, you'll be doing your major courses will be coming from biochemistry and pebble, and you'll be taking practicals in both departments. You get it? But if you are doing a major and a minor, like I am doing, I'm reading ABCS with a minor in biochemistry. So with a major minor disciplines, your major will come from your majority of your courses will be coming from your major side. So like ABCS. So I take about 80% of my courses from ABCS, and then with a minor, I have other courses from biochemistry. But unlike the combined major courses where you do practicals in both of your departments, with the minor disciplines, you don't take practicals over there. So you only take practicals in your major courses. So for me, I do ABCS major and then a minor in biochemistry. So I only take practicals from animal biology, but I don't do practicals from biochemistry. Yeah. So that's just to clarify that. So moving forward, I would take some of the main courses, and then we'll talk about them, look at the principles and who should go in for possible career prospects you can look into, and all of that. All right, so I would like to start with ABCS. Yeah, and that's my home plan, so permit me to start from there. So animal biology and conservation science. So this program focuses on the scientific study of conservation, fieldwork, and research skills in core areas such as zoology, anatomy, physiology, ecology, genetics, wildlife management, conservation biology, as well as water-related courses. Right. So back in the day, this course was called zoology some years back, until I've forgotten the exact year, some few years back. It was later on changed to animal biology and was coupled with conservation science. So that's what we have now as animal biology and conservation science. But the old students, like the dean, the person of Professor back then when they were students, was known as zoology, right? So, and as a ABCS student, usually when you tell someone, "Oh, I'm reading ABCS," the first thing that comes to their mind is, "Oh, you're an animal person." Yes, it's true. Like, or they tend to mix ABCS and veterinary as the same thing. They are two distinct fields, although they both work around the animal science, but they are two distinct things. How would you distinguish them? So, for example, let's say you see an elephant in the Mole National Park. Here's how an ABCS student is going to handle it. So an ABCS student is going to ask questions like, what's the population of the elephants? How can we conserve them? How does let's say physical-chemical parameters or temperature conditions affect the elephants? On the other hand, a veterinarian would be asking questions like, oh, how do we treat the animal? What is causing the disease? That kind of thing. So that's like the distinct between the two fields. Although we both work around animals, but the line of work is distinct, as you may see. So ABCS as a course, it gives students hands-on experience in field surveys, lab dissections, and scientific writing, for which at the end of your 4 years, or let me say 3 years, you would write a dissertation on any topic of your choice, and that's like in level 400. So this applies to all courses. So whether you are doing ABCS, marine biochemistry, nutrition, at the end of your 4 years, you'll be writing dissertations of any topic of your interest. So who is ABCS ideal for? So ABCS is best for students who are interested in wildlife. You are the wildlife type. You like biology. You're interested in conservation, ecology, zoology, environmental management, or even, for instance, maybe you wanted to be in vet medicine, but unfortunately your grades could not permit you, or whatever the reason, you are an ABC, find yourself in School of Biological Sciences. You can still read ABCS with the hopes of reading veterinary related postgraduate studies, right? So all these areas I've mentioned are important, and it allows the country as a whole in assessing our fauna composition and water quality in Ghana, all those things. So with courses like water quality and all those things, you'll be learning about some of these things that happen around us. For instance, in recent time, we know we're in the raining season, right? And we've been hearing news about the weather spillage and all those kind of things. We have courses that help you understand the practicalities around what's going on, how ways to mitigate and all those kind of things. If I would say ABCS is a holistic course, it gives, if you have the passion, and I'll say then it is a course for you. What are some of the potential career paths to look out for? I must say this, I'll mention a few, but it's not exhaustive. It extends beyond what I'm about to mention, depending on your envision, what you want to do after you take such a course from your undergrad. So you can look at being a wildlife officer or manager, can be a conservation scientist, an environmental consultant, a research scientist, an NGO officer, a policy advisor. You can be a freshwater biologist, a microbiologist, immunologist. It cuts across, because down the line you'll be learning other courses that gives you the foundation or the bedrock to postgraduate studies, and you can from there venture into other fields to make a career out of it. And I did mention that I made mention of a club known as the University of Ghana Wildlife Club, right? So one of the things that we do as a club, I just want to use this since I'm talking about ABCS, is that we provide the opportunity for students. It's open for all. So if you are interested in joining the club, probably after here, I'll send out my contact and we see how you can join us. So what we do basically is to provide hands-on experience on the things that are learned in theory. So if you're interested in wildlife, how to conserve the ecosystem, issues in relation to climate change, climate change mitigation, recycling, all those things. We provide students with a hands-on opportunity to be doing this kind of things in fun and practical way. So that's what basically we do as at the UG Wildlife Club. And for students who will be reading ABCS or have interest in the field, being part of such a club, gives you hands-on and practical experience of what you learn in theory, right? To add on, I want to talk about ABCS and biochemistry. So, as someone reading this course, I would say it is good for students who want an integrated full of the two courses. So it is good for students who have interest in animal biology, basically animals. You're interested in lab work, molecular biology, biomedical sciences. So this combination as ABCS and biochemistry, it introduces courses such as molecular biology, protein chemistry, immunology, molecular genetics. That's from your biochemistry field. So it balances that out. And for career opportunities that are open, then again, I also want to see that it's not exhaustive. You can enter into biomedical research, biotechnology, you can into the field of immunology, molecular diagnostics, or even pharmaceutical research. These are some of the things that are open to you as a student to read such a course, right? So away from animal biology, I want to touch on biochemistry as a course, so as a program to read. So biochemistry is basically it bridges two fields of science. So that's biology and chemistry, right? So biochemistry, it explores the chemical processes that happens inside a living organism. So you think of it as looking at how the cells work on the molecular level, right? How it keeps us alive, how it gives us energy, and how they are able to fight off diseases. So as a course, biology and biochemistry, what you'll be looking at is what we call the building blocks of life. So these are the elementary things that you'll be looking at throughout your course in biochemistry. You'll be looking at proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, and nucleic acids, that's DNA and RNA, and how they interact to make us as human beings, you get it? So as a curriculum, you'll be having fields like biomolecules, courses, you'll be learning courses around biomolecules. That's, I think, BCMB, I forgot in 201. It's called structure and functions. That course is literally the foundation of everyone who wants to have any journey in the field of biochemistry. So it cuts across, no matter your combination you are reading with biochemistry. I think even animal biology single major students will also take that course in first semester, and that will be it for the BCMB courses here. And then cell biology too. Yeah. So it's that should tell you how imperative that course is. It gives you the foundation, and then you also be reading courses like molecular biology, cell signaling, biotech, immunology, and molecular genetics. So if you are someone who is interested, to look at life on the molecular level, you are fascinated about these concepts, pique your interest. And I'll tell you that yes, biochemistry is the course for you. It is best for students who enjoy chemistry. If you enjoy lab work, you're the type of person who would want to be in the lab, because yes, trust me, biochemistry, Godfred can tell you, you spend quite a number of hours in the lab. Yeah. If you're interested in medicine, in biotech, yes, the biochemistry is the field for you. So what are some of the potential career prospects you can look at? You can venture biotechnology, the pharmaceutical industry, medical laboratory researching, molecular diagnostics, or even academia. I mean, you can start teaching. We have like your TAs have been doing, or even as our lecturers. Yeah, those are potential careers you can look out for after finishing an undergrad here. Our next course I want to look at is PEBL, that is plants and environmental biology. So PEBL focuses on plants and ecosystems, environmental processes, genetics, biotechnology, and sustainability. So students will be introduced to courses like plant anatomy, plant physiology, genetics, biotechnology, environmental ecology, wetland ecology. And I'll say that this course is for students who love things about plants. You will enjoy environmental science. You are interested in climate change. You know, you want to work in the field of conservation and sustainability. That's, you know, you're that kind of person. I'll say that Pebble is the course for you. And there's a certain misconception though that runs around students. You know, most of us think that Pebble is just about plants. Unfortunately, it isn't. A large component of the program focuses on, you know, ecosystems, biodiversity, environmental management, you know, climate adaptation and conservation. So it gives you a holistic view. All you are going to do is not just, you know, about the plant aspect, but it incorporates other things as well, making it a very fascinating course. You know, what are some of the career opportunities you can venture after reading Pebble? You can become an environmental consultationist. You can become a botanist. You can become an ecologist, a climate change specialist, a forestry officer, a conservation scientist, or even a researcher. And also you can venture into academia. All right. So that's a little bit about Pebble. And then let's tackle biology. So biology is ideal for students who want a broad science foundation. What do I mean by that? So, you know, this when you're reading biology, it combines both animal and plant sciences, and it's suitable for students who haven't yet narrowed down their interest. So maybe you're the type where maybe as of now you don't really know, or you're not really certain of which trajectory to really go in life. You still want to explore your chances. Then biology is a way forward. You know, you get a feel of both disciplines, plants and then animals. So there's that feel from both ends, right? You can venture researching academia, environmental science after you read biology. All right. Yeah. So that's just a little bit about biology. We'll talk about nutrition. Nutrition focuses on the relationship between food, health, and diseases. So as a course, students will be learning human nutrition, nutrients metabolism, diet and disease, nutrient assessment. When I talk about nutrient assessment, this involves like how you get to determine a person's nutritional status. They are using anthropometric measurements like weight, body mass index, which is a BMI, height. You'll be introduced to like public health, nutrition, and food analysis. So if you are a student who is interested in human health, public health, dietetics, community health, maternal and children nutrition, then nutrition as a course is one for you. Career opportunities, to mention a few: you can become a nutritionist, you can become a dietitian, you can become a public health officer, you can become an NGO program officer, you can also be a research scientist, and just to mention a few, right? And I must say, you know, in increasing concerns about obesity, the diabetes, malnutrition, and food security, nutrition professionals are becoming increasingly important in healthcare. So if you are someone who would also want to contribute a quota or find a profession in the space, yes, nutrition is a good course for you to read. All right. Then we'll look at food science as a course. So food science is basically the science behind food production and food safety. So food science is a multidisciplinary study of food from the moment it's harvested until it is consumed, right? It combines fields like biology, chemistry, engineering to understand food composition and improve food products and ensure public safety, right? So basically, it covers all aspects of food chemistry, microbiology, processing, engineering, sensory, quality, and safety. And the main aim of food scientists is to make sure that all the products that we see out there, name it, from the biscuits to the drinks to the water and everything, they make sure that they meet quality standards, and then the consistency of the brand is maintained as well. And as a course, you'll be dealing with food-based issues, how to enhance nutrition, and even improving public health as general. Yeah, so if you are the foodie type, my foodie, the girls and the boys out here who are foodies, Charlie, they want to learn more about how food is done, like what goes into food making, the technology behind food, then yeah, I'll tell you that food science is something for you. So this is best, is an ideal course for students who are interested in food processing, quality control, and food technology. Some of the careers you can look out for is being in the food industries. Name them. We have quite a number of them in Ghana here. So from the tomato paste to the Gino, the so. Yes. Sorry, something.
Work hard.
Did with your presentation. Mr. Carlos, please, am I audible? Guys,
Yes.
kindly give me yes. Okay, thank you. Please, you can proceed with the presentation. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. So as I was saying, I think where the cutoff came in. So I was talking about food science, right? Career prospects after food science. So you can venture into food industries, FDA, yeah, and even quality assurance roles in respective companies like that. Yeah. So moving away from that, our last but one course I want to talk about is marine science. So marine science deals with the study of oceans and coastal ecosystems. Students will be open to courses like oceanography, marine ecology, climate change, coastal management, And I would say this course is for someone who is interested about the ocean. Basically, you love everything about the ocean. You have passion and interest. Some people, you have maybe for your love of sea turtles or sharks or something. Yeah, you would want to venture this as a course and probably take it to become a specialist in future. Yeah. This marine science is a course for you. Marine conservation is also, if you have interest in marine conservation, then I would recommend marine science for you. Finally is fishery sciences. Right. So for fishery sciences, this has to do with the science of fish production, management, and aquaculture in general. And it is best for students who are interested in aquaculture, fish production, food security. For some careers you can engage in after here. You can become an aquaculture specialist. You can become a fisheries officer, or even a research scientist. Name it in any field at all. Because the fisheries and then the marine world is a vast one. You get it? So you can be a scientist in a vast number of things. Just you picking what you want to be a specialist of. All right. So I think I've touched on the major departments. So as I mentioned earlier, with the major courses and then how you want to combine them, that is up to you, right? So if you want to major in any course in line with your interests, you go for that. That's you go the route of a single major. Or if you have interest in multiple courses and or departments and you want to have a feel of both, unfortunately you can't do I think most of the courses it gives room for a combined major opportunity, but for ABCS and biochemistry there's no combined major, as I explained earlier. So for combined major, you can't do practicals in both ABCS and biochemistry, because trust me, it's going to be hectic. If you enter yourself, you understand what I'm trying to say. So apart from ABCS, which is ABCS and biochemistry, which is major and minor, almost all the others you can have combined majors amidst the department. So I'll send the handbook to Kenneth so that he can share with all of us, so you can go through them and appreciate it better as you are before you get to select your programs, right? So away from our courses, the next thing we have to do is to look at course placements, right? I think you want to open your ear, hence moving forward. So with our course placement, right, So students will be allowed to make multiple program choices. So I think you'll be eligible to make about 4 choices, and you would rank them in order of your preference. So, for example, I am in level 100 second semester, and then I think they opened that thing on STS, so you'll be updated when the portal is open. You have to go to STS, you sign in, and then it pops up. So you input your ID, then you make your selection. So first choice, maybe your first choice. For my first choice, I'm putting ABCS and biochemistry minor. Second choice, I'm putting ABCS single major. Third choice, I'm putting biochemistry single major. Fourth choice, I'm putting maybe nutrition single major, or nutrition with something. This is just for example. All right. Now, what you should know is that after you submit your preference, that is your ranking, the school then considers your GPA and would allocate according to the allocations and then your GPA. You get it? So for the overall performance of everybody, they are going to assign courses per your GPAs. It is your GPA that plays most role when it comes to allocating courses, right? Now, a disclaimer here is that I want to say that don't put a program as first, or don't select a program as your first choice just because maybe your friends are saying your friends are choosing it. So I heard that this program is easy, so we are all doing it, so let's go there, also go and select. No, put a program that you genuinely want as your first choice, and do what it takes to get to that first choice, because it's just like how you've done from your GHS level, your SHS level when you're here. So you wrote BEC, you had to select schools, right? And most of you wanted to get, you want to get your first choice school, right? So you're going to write BEC, or your grades will determine what you get. In this case, similarly, your GPA determines the course you're going to get. So at the end, usually, ideally, it's supposed to be the end of your second semester GPA, but sometimes maybe your results might not be out as early as possible, so they tend to leverage on your first semester GPA. So here's where the tricky part comes into it. Some people will be like, oh, first semester we're just joking around, so actually you didn't really make a mark, so it tends to affect the course they might give you. But when it comes to this, there are a lot of considerations that they do, but primarily it's the GPA, right? So I want to say that, as I said, GPA, your GPA you get is based on the credit hours that you selected for the semester. I think the minimum for every semester is 15 credit hours. So as you are choosing, you make sure not to go below 16, go below 15, but you can do between 15 and 18. The maximum should be like 21, but for level 100s, just stay within range. 15, maximum 18, you are good to go. Yeah. So GPA is based on credit hours and your grade points. So as I mentioned, the higher your GPA, the higher your chances of being placed into, excuse me to say, a highly competitive program. I don't want to say so because, but so usually that's what happens. You get it. And there's a question someone might be asking right now: what makes some programs competitive? And I'll say usually courses like biochemistry. Usually most of the courses that have biochemistry attached to them. So biochemistry single major, ABCS and biochemistry and nutrition, right? Just to give an example, right? These courses usually tend to attract many applicants, right? So what happens is that the higher your GPA, the higher your chance of selection into such fields. So what happens here is that the placement thresholds, it varies from year to year depending on the overall performance for that year, the demand, and as well as the available spaces. So to give a classical example, in my year batch when we were in level 100, Biochemistry accepted about a little over 100 students. ABCS and biochemistry, we were about 60 students, and then animal biology was roughly around 180, yeah, give or take. So, I mean, after the course selection and everything happens, they'll send you guys a list. I don't know if they still do that, but in our time, they send you a list, so you see who is reading what. You get it to everybody. You know yourselves even before class starts. Yeah, so that's how it goes usually, and I'd want to say that it's usually dependent on the course load. That's how I feel, because most of the times, because of how the course contents tend to be, it makes some of them a competitive space. So, and they also, as Godfred mentioned, for courses like biochemistry and others, there are certain requirements or considerations that they do when they are selecting students for them. So it may vary, but generally, for you to have a good standing or to get your first choice, make sure you have a higher GPA, because it's like saying that you put your first choice at say ABCS, right, and you have like a GPA like 2.5, but then somebody is also doing ABCS or has chose ABCS as first choice and has a GPA of like 3.6 or 3.8. Trust you me, that person has a upper hand, so it's going to be selected over you. That's how it runs throughout generally. So the higher your GPA, the higher your chance of getting admission into any of your selected programs. So keynote is that when you are selecting, please select in with respect to your interest, and also if your GPA is not the best as it should be at the moment, work at getting it better, so that when it is time for selection or placement, you are given the course that you desire, right? And I think about this course placement thing, recently I'm hearing that if you are given a course which you do not like due to whatever reason, I think there's a series of steps that you go and see the head of the dean of SBS, and some long process be like that, and you'll be sorted. But to be on the safer side, strive to get your good GPAs. Ideally, if you want to be in a good safe spot, to give a raw figure, I would say that be within the 3.0. So from 3.0s, you are in a good spot. If especially those who want to be in the biochemistries, if you're in the 3.0 ranges, you are good to go. So ABCS biochem, all the biochem single major, pebble and biochem combined major, and all those things, be in the 3.0s, and chances of getting it is high. But I'm mentioning biochemistry not because it holds superiority over other courses, but other courses also, that's the criteria. I mean, who wouldn't want to pick a good student? You get it. So just strive to get your grades high and your GPA high enough, and I mean, life will be enjoyable. You enjoy it. You get it. So to our final section for this talk, done a lot of talking. So this is to advice on how to go about having a good semester, or finishing level 100 well, and getting your good courses in 200 moving forward. So I'll just mention a few things you should take note of. One, I'll say that you take every course seriously. It's very imperative. Some of us tend to overlook some courses, or we feel complacent in some areas than the other. Maybe because it's something you can easily do. I'd say that take every course seriously. Warrant every course the needed seriousness. Be balanced throughout, and you'll be good. Don't sacrifice your core courses. Yes, your core courses, don't sacrifice them, because especially the UGRC courses, you don't want to resit any of those courses, or if you get an F and you don't know, and Charlie, it's going to be long. I think you'll be reading either Acquah writing this semester also, or critical thinking. Any of them. Don't play with your EGRC courses because they are required courses. You don't want to be failing and be writing receipts. I mean, it's too early in level 100 to be writing receipts. Yeah, so let's do anything to avoid receipts. Yeah. Attend practicals. A very good thing. Attend practicals because as scientists, practicals is like our life. So you learn in class, you take the theory to the lab, and then you confirm what your lecturers have been teaching you in the lab. So please again, don't boycott your practical sessions. They also amount to your cumulative record at the end of the semester, which should help you in getting your E in the course. Make strategic relationships with your TAs and upperclassmen. At this point, I would say that it's very good. You may not know who you'd meet. I mean, sometimes as freshmen as you are, you might just need the word of somebody. Maybe it could be a word of advice or encouragement or something, or maybe you're working on something and you just need someone to tell you, to point you and give you directions. When you have relationships, strategic relationships as such, it will do you good. Build strong study groups. I heard say Godfred mention about study groups. Yes, study groups are important. Well, maybe you might not be the group type, but anything that suits you. But for the masses, it's ideal you have somebody you can study with, because we are all no man is an island. You get it. So we all buttress one another in any way we can. And on the matter of study groups, your study group shouldn't be like another classroom. You get it. I don't like those things. And we see study group there, you see a group of like 20 people. Charlie, that's not a study group. It's another lecture session. So if your study group should be a maximum like 10 is fine. I mean 10 is for me is a lot, but maximum should be like 10. And your study group should be a collaborative thing. It shouldn't be a one-man fed or everybody should have a role to be playing, so that hands give and hands take. Everybody is putting efforts to making the success of the group. Other than that, if one man is just been feeding along the line, some of them will start falling off. I'm speaking this from at least some level of experience I've seen with some of our study groups I have with my colleagues and in general, And finally, I'll say that you start exploring careers by now. And how do you do that? Make use of your internship opportunities during vacations. Somebody will be asking, I don't know where to do an intern. You have your departments that you'll be venturing into. So you're from ABCS, and even ABCS by Chem, Nutrition, all the respective departments under the SBS college, SBS school, sorry. They all run internship opportunities. So during vacation, don't go and sleep in the house, Charlie. Use some of the vacations, at least 1 month, you come and learn something. You know what this does is that, as Godfred mentioned earlier about networking, during the vacation, your lecturers will get to see you, they get to know who you are outside class. Because when you go for lectures, it's a huge number of people. They may not necessarily get to know everybody's name and face, but doing this internships, you get to they get to see you on a personal level, your work ethics, those kind of things. So if it happens that you need a recommendation or even any opportunity comes up, and you show up there, they will be in a comfortable place, recommend you or to say that yes, this person or whoever you are is good for the work or not. You get it. And also institutions outside. For Legon, we are very privileged. We have quite a number of institutions around. WAGBIB, Nuguchi, FDA. I mean, quite a number, just to mention a few. So you make use of these opportunities as a way of starting to explore your career opportunities outside your undergrad. And in selecting your program, I want to iterate that you choose based on your interest. Be genuine about it. And I quite remember when I was your age, around the time like this, some of us, I was caught between doing two things, because before I came into UG, the goal was to come and read biochemistry, right? But I didn't have any idea of how the biological sciences thing was working. So I thought that, the idea is to read biochemistry. So when I come right from level 100, I'm reading biochemistry throughout. Until I entered level 100, I realized that, there's something like animal biology, Because back in SHS, I was like, I like biology. So that's what it was a stepping stone into me reading animal biology and biochemistry. So I was like, okay, then if that's the case, I would want to still have a feel of the two and integrate both courses. That's how come I'm now an animal biology and biochemistry student to get it. So go with your select your programs based on your interest, your where your passion lies, or the vision you have ahead of you. Select based on that, and with good work and excellent working ethics and whatnot, you'll be fine. And also choose your programs based on courses you perform well in, especially in first semester and second semester. Look at them, because right now, first semester I took courses in the ABCS. You know how your performance is. Is this something you like? Strike through. This semester you'll be taking courses in Pebble. Look at how the Pebble courses are. You are taking the electives as well. All these things, like, you are doing foundational things, and it's giving you an opportunity to explore through the various departments. So if you've taken electives all across, then you can sit down and say, okay, so I took this course. How was my performance? How was the class setting? Did I really like it? I'm speaking about class setting because, there's a story for another day. Yeah, but class settings also sometimes matter. The kind of condition you might have in the biochemistry class may not be the same thing you might have in the marine class. I'm saying this because there was one time I took an elective in marine. I think that was my first time taking a marine elective, and for the first 2 or 3 weeks, I was so lost in the elective class because I was having a biochemistry class, and right after, it was a back-to-back class. Right after biochemistry class, I had to go for the marine class. So my first day, I was like, Charlie, there's a whole different environment altogether. So I had to but with time, I got adapted with the learning environment and everything. And at the end of it all, I got a very good grade, which I'm very proud of getting. Yeah, so with electives, as you said, it's not all electives are easy. It's easy to get an E, trust me. It's a matter of dedication, your attitude towards the course and everything. Put aside the stereotypes that have been attached to the courses and treat every course with all seriousness as you do. So take it as something you don't know anything at all about, and how you go about it. Learn as such. All right. And also, finally, choose your programs in relation to the kind of career or postgraduate studies you want to go into. I want to say that no program is a dead end. Yes, because sometimes people, or it's most likely, or let me say, has been the record that most of us that end up in biological sciences are medical school rejects. That's what they call us sometimes. But it's not the end. Because trust me, the number of biological science graduates that have moved on into medicine, there's a program called the GEMP. You can apply. Once you have the requirements that they need, you can enter back into medical school. You can enter into public health. All the things that I've mentioned earlier. So it's not a short end or a dead end to the dreams and visions you had. Just make sure that you are putting in the right work, you are putting in the right deed, and at the end, you see yourself on the brighter side. Before I finish, I just want to answer a few questions that probably might be on someone's mind. Someone might be asking, can I become a doctor after ABCS or after any of the courses that I'm reading in biological science? The answer is yes. I just mentioned it. So medical school usually admit students from biological sciences with science backgrounds, provided you meet the requirements. So, and yes, emphasis on requirements. So if you are working, you are studying with the aim of entering medical school, yes, GEMP is there for you. That's graduate entry medical program. Is there for you. Make sure you are getting the grades right, and at the end you can enter into GEMP. And someone might also be asking, what if I don't get my first choice? Is that the end for me? No, the answer is no. So many students may not excel. Many students, they may excel in programs that were initially not their first choices. The the key thing here is you make sure you focus on maximizing the opportunities wherever you are placed. It is very imperative, because I'm saying this because over the years we have people complaining. It's everywhere across departments, from ABCs, like, some people are doing reading courses that they genuinely were not on their list of courses they wanted to do, but then it was given to them by placement or something, and they are still reading it. But after second year, you finish second sem, you finish first sem, second sem, you are done with level 200, you are entering level 300. I think rather than focusing on the downside, I didn't want this course and I was giving it downside and everything. The best thing you can actually do for yourself is to maximize the opportunity and get the ease, so that at the end of it, whatever graduate program you envision yourself entering into for a career path, you make things easy for yourself, other than wasting your time in the class and wasting your fees and wasting the money, and you're not making the ease. You get what I'm trying to say? So maximize the opportunities that are giving you. Every course is as equally important. Every course, there's beauty in every course. Let me put it that way. And find that interest in the course, no matter where you are placed. All right. In my last words, just to summarize everything that I've said so far, I asked myself this question: what problem do I want to solve in the world? If you want to protect wildlife, that type of person, the EBCs is your course. If you are interested in tackling climate and environmental issues, then look for Picking Pebble as a course. If you want to understand life at the molecular level, then biochemistry is your course. If you want to improve human health through food, then nutrition is your course. If you want to improve food production, you want to understand food safety and food technology, then food science is your course for you. If you want to conserve the marine ecosystem, you are interested in marine ecosystem, wetlands, how these things operate, and basically the marine world as a whole, then marine science is for you. If you want to improve aquaculture and you're interested in fisheries, then fishery science is for you. My last words would be that the program you choose is important, but your attitude, consistency, and willingness to learn will matter even more. And as such, focus on becoming excellent, and opportunities will follow. Thank you very much for your time. At this juncture, that's the end of my presentation, and I'll open the room for questions if there are any. Okay, you can put them in the chat room. I'm seeing some questions there, or you can raise your hand as well. Second, if there's anyone who raises their hand up, please draw my attention to it so that I can address. Okay, so someone is asking, is it possible to do a combined major in chemistry and psychology as a biological science student? Please, no, you can't read psychology and biochemistry combined major. So psychology doesn't fall under SBS, School of Biological Science. So though you can pick electives from there, you can't select it as a course. So there's no course combination as biochemistry and psychology. But for electives from every semester, you can be picking electives from psychology, but there's no such thing as a combined major in biochemistry and psychology. I hope that answers your question. Do you have any other questions? Any question? Yes, and Christine Tego, is it Christine or Christina? I hope I answered your question earlier, the question you asked. But if there's anything you want clarity on, the room is open now. You can put your question, you can raise your hand up, you can talk now.
Guys, we are taking questions. So if you do have any question, you can do well to put it across. Our speaker is willing and ready to answer your questions.
Okay, so I'd want to take the silence as either everyone understood all that I said, all the way from the course programs, single major, what's the difference between single major, what's the difference between reading the combined major, and then the difference in major and minor. You need to know those things as well. And all that I've said afterwards, I believe the course placements, GPA, how GPA affects everything. I hope everyone understood me clearly and you've learned something which can help your journey up ahead. So in the absence of none, I want to thank Mr. President for giving me this opportunity, and then the School of Biological Science Association for this opportunity, and also to our host, Sir Kenneth. Thank you for organizing this and giving us the platform to speak to my brothers and sisters here. And I'm trusting that I'll see some of you around, hopefully, when you enter. Okay, so someone is asking for my contact. I'll drop that in your over here. So yes, feel free to text me or call me at the right hours, please, and I'll help you to my best of capabilities, even as you are starting your journey in the SBS school. All right, thank you very much, Kenneth. I hand over to you now.
Wow, amazing, powerful. Thank you so much, Sir Carlos, for that insightful and enlightening presentation. Your clear exposition has undoubtedly provided our participants with such valuable guidance as they navigate their academic journey, and we are grateful for your time, expertise, and the wisdom you have shared with us today. Thank you so much, Sir Carlos. Now to my dear audience. Yes, I think Sir Carlos has also dropped his digits in the chat box, so you do well to copy the digits and do well to reach out to him as well, just in case you have further questions. However, the floor is still open to questions. The chat box is still available. You can drop your questions in, and just in case you want to ask a question, you can also raise your hand and you will be recognized. So next on our list, I think we are almost wrapping up for tonight's session. There is a saying that experience is a teacher to the senior and wisdom it gives to the junior. So I'm very honored to, first of all, welcome the seniors in our midst who are also around. They are part of the United Impact Global Foundation, and this foundation is actually the host for tonight's program. They came up with the whole organization and making sure we could get the speakers on board. So to United Impact Global, we are grateful for this program, and we are looking forward to more programs like this. So to our seniors on board, and just in case you want to make any contribution to what the speakers have said so far, or you also want to share with across, within the space of just 5 minutes, we want to make good use of that opportunity. So to my seniors in the list, I think I went through the list to look at the participants, and I did see a great list of some members around. So please, the floor is open for contributions to be put across. So dear seniors, you can lift up your hand and I recognize you, then you take the floor. All right. I'm told that is okay. So I just received a chat. They said Wilson. Is Wilson here with us? Sir Wilson, I'm told you are in the meeting with us. I'm also told Theophilus is also here. So Sir Wilson, I see your hand raised. Please go ahead and in the space of just 2 minutes, you can put a word across. Just 2 minutes, you can put a word across. Sir Wilson, you can take the floor.
Alright, guys, I hope you're all good and I can be heard. So, transitioning to level 200, I want you to take note of something. Make sure you identify the career path you have passion in before you select or you go in for any course, whether combined major or single major. It is very key. You might be intelligent but going for a course whereby does not align with your career path. Then later you don't really perform as expected. So moving to level 200, make sure that you do intense research about these courses and know which of them will align with your career path, and also prepare ahead of it. And my last words is that never think that any course is difficult. Every course is easy only when you put in the hard work and you are consistent. Yeah, I think that's all for you guys, and make sure you study very hard. It's very, very important. But in case you have any issue with your studies, academics, or anything, I'll drop my contact into the chat so that like you text me and then we discuss and know how to go about it. All right. And I'd like to thank everyone for the opportunity, especially the leaders and Kenneth. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sir Wilson, for that powerful admonishment. We are grateful for those powerful words. Guys, we are almost wrapping up. My seniors, do you still have a word to put across? Yes. We just have few minutes and we are wrapping up. So if you have any word to put across, please, the floor is open. You can let me know so I recognize you and you put your word across. So dear seniors, let me know. Okay, the seniors said the speakers have said everything, so they won't want to reinstate whatever has been said. So that's fine. I believe that my audience, you've also taken very good notes and you've been able to come up with a blueprint that you can work on, build upon it, and navigate your academic journey very well. I believe this blueprint would also be shared for the generations to come. And at the end of the day, we continue to transform lives through faith and service. This statement is the motto of the United Impact Global Foundation, and we are grateful to them for coming up with such a wonderful webinar like this. As I said earlier, we are looking forward to more programs like this to inspire, inform, and to encourage our next generation of leaders. So guys, we are going to wrap up with our session tonight. But before that, I'm going to share a very quick information in the chat box. Any other resource that would be shared, I'll do all to put it across the pages, right? So we can all benefit. Great. Okay, there's a message in the chat box from Wilson. Wilson has also shared his contacts in the chat box. Okay, so yes, I've shared some of the links from the United Impact Global Foundation. This is Insight and Ignite 2.0. That was an outreach which was organized at Senior Manfred Senior High School. It was organized to provide a blueprint for the final year students as they write their last year, and trust me, it was a very great one to be part of. So 3.0 happened to be this wonderful webinar, and we are grateful to God Almighty for his provision and guidance and resources in carrying out this program successfully. So you can do all to copy our links and also engage our content. We are grateful to every single person who was able to make it to tonight's session, and we leave you with the words: do the best until you can do better, and when you know better, do better. These are the words of Maya Angelou. If there is no more contribution to be made, I would love to end tonight's session with a word of prayer. Let's pray. Everlasting, gracious, and merciful Father, we thank you for tonight's session. We thank you for how far you've brought us. We are grateful for every single provision and resource you've made along the way, and this webinar is part of those resources. We are grateful for the speakers that took time off their busy schedules to be with us, to share with us blueprints that we need for our academic journey. Father, we pray that you continue to bless their lives and make them blessings unto the generations to come. Whatever time and effort that they had to invest into this webinar, we pray, Lord Jesus, that you continue to bless the work of their hands because of this. And we students who are in our first year, looking forward to enter the second year successfully, we pray that you guide our choices, you guide our decisions, and you help us navigate the academic journey successfully unto your glory. In the mighty name of Jesus have we prayed with thanksgiving. Amen.